Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Diablo 4. Now you might be wondering, Aaron, wasn't that a scene from RoboCop? Why do you have Ed 209 in your video? This is a fantasy-based action RPG. I don't understand. Well, it was just recently announced a few hours ago. Diablo 4 Season 3, launching in 6 days and 21 hours, will be the season of robots. Whenever I think of robots, I think of Ed 209. I don't know. Maybe you're like me. It's not really the season of robots. It's called the season of the construct, but it will make sense after you watch the trailer for this season. And then I'm going to give you the overarching meat and potatoes of this season. Enjoy.
Welcome, Wanderer. I sense that recent events have brought you to me. These are strange times indeed. So many fear the inexplicable. I deal in it. And you seek answers. This will lead you to the knowledge you desire. Legends state this rune is the missing piece of an arcane construct. A mighty weapon capable of harnessing ancient power for the one strong enough to control it. But be warned, for the construct is buried deep beneath Kyrgyzstan in the ancient vaults of Zoltan Kul. Untouched for centuries, they are protected by deadly traps of Kul's own design, and guarded by his mechanical horrors. But the architect Zoltan Kul overestimated his cleverness. In his hubris, the mage abandoned his work, leaving darker forces free to corrupt his machinations and claim the vault's power for themselves. The answers await you in the depths. Take the rune, if you dare.
Now does it make a little more sense? What we're going to do is we're going to read through this post, and I'm really not going to read any of it. I've already read it twice, and it's pretty boring. I will link it in the description if you want to read it for yourself, but I'm going to give you the overarching points for Season 3 so you have a general understanding, and we are going to have a campfire chat on Thursday from the Blizzard team breaking down even further, and I will be streaming that live on Aaron Action RPG on Twitch. Okay, are you ready for this? Buckle up. So we have a new boss coming, the Demon Malphus, that is going to be in the vaults. All right, it's going to make sense. Hold on. So you got a new boss we are going to be fighting, and I'm guessing this is the boss right here. And to aid you in this, you're going to have a robot companion. Yes, a robot. Think of vampiric powers, but that pulled out of you and put into a robot. That's what the mechanic looks like right now. So when you log into Season 3, you're going to have a new seasonal quest line that is going to take you to the Gate Hall. Not Great Hall, the Gate Hall, which is a town center underneath Kyrgyzstan. So you log into the season, you're playing the seasonal mechanic, and it's going to lead you to the Gate Hall, which is the new town center. And you are going to start building your robot companion. And there's going to be 12 governing stones and 27 different tuning stones. And it says here you can equip your robot with 2 governing stones and 6 tuning stones. And right here, when you look at it, that is 8 total spots available. So that is pretty cool. Now, again, it is another insert mechanic. So this is normally my question for this is, you've got malignant hearts, you've got vampiric powers, you've got a ton of options. And obviously they did this much better inside of Season 2. But if there are 12 governing stones and I'm melee, and 6 of those are spell. Well, I don't use 6, so now I've got 6 options. And if those 6 options, 3 of them are minions. So really, I've got 3 governing stones to pick from. So we got to actually dissect the governing stones and see how that works, which are right here. Now, the governing stones and the tuning stones, we are not going to go through them on this post because we're going to be making a separate community-driven tier list for these stones, and that will be a separate video to see which ones we think are going to be absolutely game-breaking and which ones we think are going to be garbage. All right? So are you with me so far? Season 3, start the new quest line, go to the gate, start building your robot, and then what you're going to be doing is running vaults. Right here, you're going to be running vaults, and you're going to be slaying mechanical spiders, and then on here it shows the mechanical scorpion, and everybody's favorite is you're going to have to deal with various hazards. Traps. Now, I just went on a rant on yesterday's stream talking about how action RPGs, for whatever reason, it's always after death mechanics. You kill the enemy, you're all high and mighty, you go to pick up the loot, you're dead. That is like it's just the most infuriating feeling because you feel like you won the fight, yet they claimed you after they died. So I'm very curious how they are going to implement these hazards because in my head, I just immediately already feel frustrated. I think I just need to get good, okay? But we're going to see. And inside of these dungeons, this new mechanic, which is a different version of a nightmare dungeon, you're going to be looking for ward-woven chest and pearls of warding. So we're going to be looking for various mechanics, and we're going to be leveling up our robot. So that is kind of the meat and potatoes. New town center, new quest line, robot mechanic, and you're going to be running vaults. All right. Now, coming soon, leaderboards. This is going to be arriving later in the season, and it's going to be called the Gauntlet, a weekly rotating fixed dungeon that will have you competing for the top spot on the leaderboards. All right. So a rotating weekly dungeon. And unfortunately, this is not coming at launch. I thought it was coming at launch. They said leaderboards are coming this season, which I guess is true, but not at launch. Now, last but not least, the quality of life updates. One of these is absolutely huge, and you don't hear many people mentioning it, okay? So Hell Tides are basically going to be up all the time, just like the green zone for Season 2. They're giving us an extra stash tab, all right? And other quality of life improvements, skill tree improvements, UI, trading gold, different ways to summon the Uber bosses, all right? But the big one, the big one, enhanced movement with WASD. Wanderers on PC can now navigate through the various ways to Sanctuary by using the WASD keys on your keyboard instead of your mouse. Enjoy the increased functionality in traversing through dungeons and above ground alike. WASD coming to Diablo 4. They should have led with this paragraph. A lot of people are going to be very, very excited for that. Now, the remainder of this post is all about seasons, journey, and battle pass, and cosmetics, and give us more money, which is totally fine if you're into that. There's actually a couple of people showing this off saying, dude, did they step their game up with MTX? You got this undead Diablo ninja samurai. So that looks pretty cool. I've never spent a cent on the battle passes or any of that. Maybe in the future, but right now, nothing. So that is the post. And obviously there is a ton more written in here, breaking down the whys and how it's going to work. But for the most part, that is the meat and potatoes of Season 3 coming to Diablo 4. 2 days time, Thursday, we will get hopefully the patch notes after the campfire. And in there, we will see what balance is going to look like for the new season and what new items we are getting. So that's all I'm going to cover. I don't want this video to be super long. The link for the post is in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. But I want to know your opinion. So if you're one of those D4 bad people or, D4 okay, do you like this mechanic? Do you think it is clever? Do you like the robot angle? Personally, I like it anytime somebody does something a little different, and bringing a ancient robot technology into a fantasy world is cool. I really like that idea. I'm just hoping this is not reskinned vampiric powers, which is reskinned malignant hearts. I'm hoping it is something different. So we are just going to have to wait and see. 2 asks at the end of the video. Ask number 1. I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it, but of course, only if you think I've earned it. And if I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. I get asked all the time, what's the best way to support? Patreon is it, and you get the most bonus content. Not only do you get all my posts that you can't see anywhere else, you also get access to the VIP lounge, you get access to game night, you get access to live stream audio and video. It's the best place, including the bonus hour of the podcast. First link in the description for Patreon. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.